So this is the end of the line, the last station on the Romney Hythe Dymchurch narrow gauge railway, and this is the way that me and Jeff came into Dungeness first thing yesterday. So from here we walked across to the place where we've been staying, which is this place here, the Bird Sanctuary and Hostel, 20 quid a night, and a landmark itself in the Dungeness landscape. And I'm pleased to say that we've been staying right next to Dungeness power station. You might think it's a bit strange to want to stay right next to this hulking monstrosity, but it was one of three things that I wanted to see when I came to Dungeness. Here's 2 decommissioned reactors. Charlie, the volunteer in this lighthouse here, told us that it'll take another about 20 years to get rid of the rest of the nuclear waste. We went up the top of this lighthouse this morning. Sorry, I've got my notes under my chin. So this nuclear power station is one of the reasons I came to Dungeness. The other is it's got a bit darker since I started to write the notes for this, but this landscape, this harsh, arid landscape, a desert, but a desert is only a desert to things that can't live there. Now, there's only about, according to what Charlie said, about 50 residents that live here properly, full time. But it's not a desert to the hardiest of plant life. There's rare species here. I can't tell you what they are. I'm not really a big nature buff. And we've seen lots of foxes and rabbits, but some rare species of plants and animals do survive here. So I came here for the nuclear power station, which I love. This landscape, and in the distance here you can just about see it. It's a bit grainy now because it's got darker, but just here, Prospect Cottage is the main reason I came here. 3 elements that come together to form a kind of a symbolic trinity. My own kind of sexual awakening. So if you picture me as a teenager, I didn't know that I was the end of the line, a dangling twig at the edge of my own family tree. And I don't want this to come as a shock to you, but I am gay. I'm not going to be having any kids. I'm not going to be adopting any either. The end of the line. So, picture this. In my bedroom, late at night, I turn on my badly tuned TV set. Late night, Channel 4, a film was already showing. It was called Sebastian. It was an early who was an early Christian martyr. This film, I did not know what was going on. It was all in Latin for once. It was this homoerotic story of lust, love, and I can't see my notes. Lust, love, companionship between, I don't know, Roman soldiers, Christians, and ultimately persecution and martyrdom. A light in my brain went on, and then the light in my bedroom switched on. My mum walked in, and you can turn this filth off. And then she walked out again. It didn't stay off for long. It was too late. A penny had dropped. A lesson had been learnt. Adults lie. Adults keep the truth from us. They might care, they may love us, but they do lie. But whoever made this film and I knew even then, the person who made this film was on the side of Sebastian. This queer lust and love, this same-sex attraction, it wasn't wrong, and he was right. I needed to know who he was. His name was Jarman. And he lived, if I can find it again, now it's getting darker. It doesn't look dark on my phone, but it is for me. Wait a second. He lived in Prospect Cottage. There it is. There, just above my fingertip. He was a filmmaker, gardener, photographer, painter, and queer activist. Around the cottage, he made a garden, strange and beautiful garden. Oh, look, hello, Mr. Fox. Let's just deviate a second. Hello. They just don't run away here. Haha, nice. Hello. Hello. Hey. Haha. Where was I? Jarman's cottage. There you go. I think I've got the right one. Yep, I have. There it is. Right in the middle there. Around the cottage he made this strange and beautiful garden in this harsh and arid landscape. With this beautifully ugly power station as a backdrop in this harsh, most difficult of climates. He lived with HIV. He died in 1994, but for him this garden, and for many people, was a real symbol. We are the end of the line. We grow and create in the harshest of environments. Dungeness, July 28th, 2026.